Welcome, everybody, to Adventures in Grand Insulae, our D&D pirate campaign themed around One Piece, Treasure Planet, Eberron, whatever else these good people come up with. My name is Julian or JuliCiel. I am the GM of this adventure, and wow! Y'all underwent some trauma last time. It was a good time.
Yippee!
Character deaths, we had murder, we had a big battle you barely survived. I had a great time. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to do it to you again.
Wow, sick.
Absolutely. So that's me. For any folks that might be tuning in for the first time, Addie, who are you playing today?
I'm sorry, I am distracted with a picture of Matt with facial hair.
Oh, facial hair, Matt. Yeah.
Well, he had his beard in the first couple sessions.
Powerful.
Well, first of all, but more importantly than my name, you need to grow a beard again, sir. Wow. You're a handsome man already, but with a beard? Anyway, hello, my name's Addie. I play Elanor Uirchanar. I love to burp a lot. I am all about Matt getting a beard. I'm also a voice actor. You can check me out at addie@breehayes.com. Also, my Twitter, Instagram, Addie Bree, TikTok, Addie Bay Hayes. And Elanor Uirchanar, if this is your first time here, watch it on YouTube or the Twitch. Elanor is a winter or summer Eladrin princess who changes her attitude and personality based on the season she is in. She's complicated. She's lovely. She's very stubborn. But Matthew, where's the beard? And also, what is up?
So, hi, it's me, Matthew, your friendly neighborhood photographer. Tell you what, if Julian gets 200 subscribers on Twitch,
not a sub goal.
Sub goal 200 subscribers. I will grow my beard out again. I
will post beard.
I will post beard. We'll bring it on, and if he hits 250, I will dye the hair and the beard black again, because I look like a sexy young Riker or Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So
what happened to subbing for the Twitch content?
Yeah, this is Matt's equivalent of OnlyFans.
Listen,
like beard or no beard.
I'm a hoe for JuliCiel, so I will sell my body for Julian.
What happened to rolling dice?
Julian is my pimp, okay, guys?
What the fuck is going on?
That's how this works. What's up, guys? Hey, I'm Matt, your friendly neighborhood photographer. We might cut that last bit out on YouTube.
No, we won't.
Probably not.
I don't edit these.
What happened to spells? What happened to spells?
One of my players in the other game made a 9/11 joke, and I don't edit, so it's still in there.
God.
Oh, I play Diya, your little cinnamon bun, and your boy's going through some changes, both mentally and practically, because he has a new character sheet, gang.
What?
Excited. Yeah.
What the fuck? Literally everyone but me has a new character sheet.
They're evolving like in media super franchise Pokemon.
That's crazy. That's so
yeah.
funny.
You know, we're leveling up. I'm getting those war turtle glasses. You know, shit's gonna. Yeah, that's right. Throw it back to the original 150. That's where I'm still at.
Oh God.
Oh my God, Addie, that was so good. What the fuck?
Oh my God, are you a voice actor?
Wait, are you a voice actor?
Michael, come back.
Michael's fucking done.
So follow me on Instagram, Matthew Eberle Photography. .com. Yeah, check out my website, because I'm good at what I fucking do. Did a wedding yesterday. I met a kid, called him Salami Fingers. That's the whole story. We'll talk about it later. Malik, what's up?
You can't just hi, I am
get 300 subscribers on Julian's channel. I'll tell you about Salami Fingers.
I play Sylvia Etherhorn. She's a satyr woman. She got gazelle horns. Got some. Does she have because gazelle legs are very thin? I feel like just normal satyr legs, with like a deep burgundy coat. I speak English. She wields 2 katana blades, and she also happens to be a druid as well. Maybe I fucking am gonna change my character sheet too and just become like, I don't know, a fucking paladin or something. You can follow me at the Maliki Cauldron on Instagram, where I occasionally post. And what else do I do on there? Not much. I don't post much. I'm also gonna just extend the offer again. If anybody out there who's been watching has any sweet Sylvia X Ramina Ishtar fanfic that they want to DM me, DMs are open by all means. Michael, what's going on? How's
I'm Michael. I'm Michael. I play Heads and Heels. He's a monk. Let's get started.
The reason I don't know about you all, but the reason I personally was losing it is every time I was looking at Michael, he was progressively having more trouble keeping it together. Like, I'd laugh at this, and then by the time I was looking away, his eyes were closed. By the time I looked back, his face was red. It was just...
That's exactly me too. It was just like, okay, I'm calm now, and then I come back to the screen and I look at Michael and I look at both of you, and I'm just like, oh no, not again.
I think the Oscar goes to Malik for just like straight face that entire.
Well, that's because I didn't look at anyone. I was just looking at my wall. I'm looking at my
so proud of you.
The more straight-laced the introduction became by Malik, the harder I was laughing. I was waiting for it to like break into something else because it was. Oh yeah, I'm Michael. I play a fucking monk, I guess. That's why.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Guys, that felt good.
Because it was like Matt was talking about like pimping and selling feet pics or some shit, and then Malik just went like straight laced, like and the character.
And then just a beautiful description.
And going into a druid
I don't know if they've that
with
kind
a
of
bit
legs.
of a derivation divided. And then, oh my fucking god, I couldn't keep it together.
Anyway, I promise we play D&D when we're not driving each other to the point of insanity.
That reminds me, I always, especially I say this whenever I'm like commentating or like touring, I'll say like, what happened to X? Because like when people are like molding at the end of a set and they'll be like, fuck you, blah, blah, I'm like, I always write like, what happened to saying good games when you're done? What happened to being nice? So now I keep saying like, what happened to X? And this is the very what happened to rolling dice moment.
What happened to rolling dice? I'll roll dice for you. Oh, that's a 3 and a 5. Good job, guys.
For what?
Don't worry about it.
The intro.
The intro. Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah, that was a natural 3 performance, everybody. Good job. All right, so.
That was all natural.
Without any further ado, let's show them our all naturals as we
What the fuck?
No, we are not that close.
Buy me dinner.
So, last time on Adventures in Grand Insulae, a sci-fi pirate campaign. Wow, you all got off of your first 2-session battle. You had some very close encounters and a lot of different figures from your many pasts showed up. We got Sylvia's grandmother, Beatrice Etherhorn, incredibly powerful druid, shape-shifting into a rock to dive bomb many of the different adversaries. We got Diya's uncle, Dakan Moonchaser, swashbuckler pirate supreme, swooping in and fighting off the fleet admiral. We even had Eleanor's father come in at the very end. Don't worry, Hedson, there's stuff planned for you. Right as it seemed like things were getting incredibly bleak, Diya's decision to give Liren Evoy, the creator of the Pulse Bomb, back to the Navy, who could use her powers for mass destruction. There was a sudden arrival of an old foe, perhaps an ancient foe by the name of Lady Pandora Nephrite, a woman made out of green crystals, 7 feet tall, casting powerful earthquakes on the prison island as you all were trying to escape. And as you all fought her off, and Diya was blasted by a powerful thunder wave, it was revealed the reason that she was there was not just revenge, it was because inside of Diya, this whole time, ever since the start of your adventure, the core of the Afriti that you were first originally tasked to obtain was hidden. Good job. Was hidden inside of our elven artificer.
What?
So bursting with the power of the sun, basically.
It burps.
Our little
Bursting with the power of something.
Power of yeah. Diya just burped, and then all the bad guys went away.
That did not sound like a verb.
It was. Oh my god! I swear it was. I was trying to keep it quiet and like in
That
my
was
throat.
You
You have
still.
a mute button
That was
on the
a
mic.
burp. Is
That,
what
sound,
that
that,
was.
sound, that sounded like a fart, like straight up.
It wasn't. I promise. It was a burp.
So you.
I
say.
promise.
No, I believe you. Anyway, Diya's got a glowing core of energy inside of him, and as you all were rescued from the battle, no other casualties, it seems. You were able to get away with the Steam King's memory drive at the very end of the whole situation, despite his death. Wow, there's just so much, it's hard to recap it. I will say that you all are now on a stolen Navy ship being piloted by Vice Admiral Hector Briggs, who you convinced to betray everyone. And you are now on the way to acquire the World Shaper, the very powerful sword that belonged previously to Sylvia's family, and supposedly the only way to defeat Lady Pandora Nephrite. So, it is the aftermath of the battle. You are crowded on the deck of the ship with your many allies that you have acquired. Eleanor's cousins, Ren and Irie. Vice Admiral Hector Briggs is down in the ship piloting the thing at this point. The 10-foot-tall Warforged Ironbeard and First Mate Skull are there as well.
Oh shit, that's right.
You got Jingus McDingus, your mage friend that you all named, back from Hedzen's big arc. Of course, Diya's uncle, and Sylvia's grandmother, Beatrice. And Beatrice Etherhorn looks to all of you and says, "Right, so I think we're gonna have some explaining to do for you to just understand the pile of shit that you all stepped into. So I'd say maybe take 5. Get yourself a drink. I'm sure we got rations somewhere here. And we'll talk about everything very soon." She's kind of sends a brief glance your way, Sylvia, but doesn't say anything more. And then her elderly satyr form trots below deck.
Can I follow her?
You can follow her.
I would like to follow her.
Are you doing it sneakily, or are you just like walking behind her?
I'm just gonna walk behind her, yeah.
As soon as you start stepping kind of in tandem with her, she turns around. "What the fuck did you just say? Are you a fucking puppy, Sylvia? Why the fuck are you following me? I just said take 5.
I just like stifle a laugh and just like attack hug her.
You give me an insight roll real quick, Sylvia, actually.
Oh Jesus, fucking terrible. 9.
Okay. You run to hug her, and as you do, she's kind of caught off guard and kind of like jumps a little bit. But then she sighs. She pats you on the back. There. You're all right.
It's really good to see you, Granny.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. But had the feeling you'd be all right. You're an Etherhorn, and I wasn't just about to let the fucking Navy execute you.
I appreciate that. Glad you. Not that I thought, you wouldn't be able to get out, all right. But I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that we all did. Honestly.
Oh, I know I could get out all right. It's the rest of you that I was worried about.
Yeah, we're a real ragtag group of pirates, aren't we?
She leans in close. Here's the secret, Sylvia. Every single group of pirates in the history of Gran Insulae are ragtag. They're an organized bunch of pirates. They're a fucking mafia, fucking navy fucking dogs. It's the things that draw us together that make us the freedom-seeking little fucks we are, you know?
I suppose you're right.
Alright, now get the fuck away before you make me cry or something. Goes below deck. And then, she doesn't say it. She missed you.
I walk over to just the what the fuck? There's
a million characters.
There's a well, not even like a person. I'm just going over to the side where you can like look out over the side of the ship. I'm going over to one of those sides. Yeah, yeah. And I'm just gonna like sit down and kind of like lean my head up against the banister and just like kind of relax.
All right, and Sylvia, you feel all of this tension that was in your body, all of your fighting instincts, all of your survival instincts as you were trying to make your way out of the prison to escape your own execution. You feel your body relax just slightly, knowing that you are in the company of friends and family.
I think I will also just silently weep, but like a happy cry.
Okay. Smile on your face. Tears going down. What's everyone else doing?
Are Skull and Ironbeard like near each other right now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna go over to them.
Sure. And for context, this is a big Navy ship. This is like it's not like aircraft carrier big, but like the 10-foot tall Ironbeard isn't. He doesn't look uncomfortable with the amount of room that he has here. So as you walk up to the two of them, you see Ironbeard, 10-foot tall warforged, like a big glowing furnace plate for a mouth. Now he has like a bit of a wing design to the back of him. And Skull, his lizard folk first mate, are hanging out. They're just kind of talking with each other quietly. But they both turn their heads to you as you approach Hedson.
Skull, Ironbeard, I just wanted to say and he's like kind of like looking off down to his feet at this point. Really appreciated you helping out Sylvia. It meant a lot. You risk a lot out there, and it didn't go unnoticed. So thank you for helping out our crew despite everything.
Skull opens his lizardy mouth to say something, but then looks up to his much taller captain, kind of deciding to leave the talking to him. The 10-foot tall warforged bends down to you, his knees doing a very creak as he does so.
Like a forklift?
Yeah. And he kneels down to you and goes, "You are a very weird one to figure out. But I've been at this for a very long time. And if there's anything I know, it's that if people like us don't band together, then the Navy dogs will keep ruling the world with their iron fist."
Hedson tries to give him a hug, but he's about like twice as big as his wingspan, so it's kind of like grabbing part of a knee, pretty much, and being like,
"What are you doing?"
I'm camaraderie. This is a sign of Skull, do you want to get out on this or
No, I don't.
that makes sense. Thank you. I just look, I know I can't tell you what to do, but try to be a bit more careful still. You risk like all of your crew's life just for us, and if push comes to shove, I know we're all in it together, but you gotta put yourself first.
Ironbeard looks down to you. Good men. We'll talk. And he stands up. On that note, I should probably go to check in with the rest of the remainder of my fleet. Ironbeard crouches down. Full transformer noises as he takes off into the sky, going towards where the rest of the ships went off to. Not too far away. They're still kind of within eyesight.
Did he just leave, Skull?
Yeah. And Skull folds his arms, looks to you, heads in. I'm an observant pirate. That's why I'm first mate to a former pirate king. And what I want to say is I can tell that many of your other crewmates have people here, family, loved ones. And I just want you to know that if you're ever trying to stave off the loneliness that comes with the high seas, don't forget the reason that you are here. And heads in, there is the briefest memory of Charlotte, of her red hair. Probably the person that you might have missed the most in this whole thing. And then you hear a voice in your head, Hedrover, you're never alone!
Oh, thank God. I'm never alone. I was busy being happy for a second.
We can't have that, Hedrover. We have work to do. We're a king!
Oh, are we? That is true, Skull. I am never alone. Ever.
You're kind of doing a 1,000-yard stare for a second. I'm
Never
not sure what you're...
alone. But yeah, I'm... As much as I am... I'm not going to lose sight of what I'm doing this all for, but I am happy that I know part of what I'm doing is keeping other people safe, so I got that going for me.
Skull nods. And then we'll cut to the next of you.
Elanor comes out of, let's say, a bathroom, a private room, and she is glowing. She's got her orange hair again, and she's just like, "Good morning, everyone. Ah, Diya, would you like to come over here with me? I think we owe our wonderful family members a drink, and they owe us, a couple of words. Why don't you say, Father? Uncle Moon Chaser, if I could call you that."
Diya, I'm very confused. What is your relationship to this woman?
I'll be honest, I really not sure where I stand with her.
As you're talking, Diya, you suddenly feel a cold chill behind you, and looming over you is Eleanor's father, the Blizzard King, with his big antlers. There's just little snowflakes coming off of him.
I would be a friend. A standing away from 5 feet at least friend.
Diya, you are one of my bestest, closest friends. She puts her arm around you and she's like, "Father, don't you remember Diya? He did have a hand." She grabs your arm and slaps it around. He had a hand before, but I was also wondering if there was a way both of you could maybe talk about getting him a new hand or just something that's not this. Sorry, Diya. That might have hurt.
Yes, considering I got this less than 24 hours ago, it still hurts.
She's right down to business, isn't she, Diya? Well, I assure you, nephew, your journey is just beginning. And we will make sure that you are taken care of.
That's not good enough for me, though. Just taken care of and fine. No. I want something new for Diya, because Diya kind of put his life on the line for all of us here, and let's just say the world. So I think Diya deserves the best
Elanor,
and perfection.
Elanor, stop. This is a result of my choices. No one else's. And as much as I appreciate your enthusiasm, this is my problem to fix. And I intend to do so. And like, as Diya says that, he's actually going to turn away from everyone and he's going to go down and try and find a lab in the ship. He's not really sure how to respond to his uncle at this point, and he's quite frankly not really sure how to respond to himself.
Okay.
Because Diya's kind of going through some shit right now.
Sure. Diya, you head below deck. You've never been on a Navy vessel as anything other than a prisoner before. But you recognize the very similar pristine white walls and floor, the like fluorescent glowing lights that would always be kept on for prisoners. And you are walking through the ship, and if you were to guess, it's probably not too deep that there would be a lab on the ship, because in the case of a ship starting to take water, you don't want the most valuable things near the bottom of it. So you kind of assume that the lab is probably only another floor down. And I'll say that you are able to find a lab that looks like it could comfortably hold about 6 different people, all assembling their own weapons, repairing their own laser rifles, etc. on the inside.
Cool. Diya kind of looks around, nods to himself. Real quick.
Yep.
Diya was unconscious, so he, as far as he knows, the Steam King's core was lost, right?
As far as he knows.
Cool. In that case, yeah. In that case, Diya's just gonna lock the door and get to work.
Okay. Arcana
I
roll?
didn't tell you about the core.
What was that, Michael?
I forgot I didn't tell you about the core.
Also, go ahead and make an Arcana roll, Diya.
New or old stats, Julian?
Come on with this fucking
Let's do
bullshit.
the new stats.
Copy that.
Oh, mama!
How does a 26 suit you?
Suits me quite well.
God damn, what the?
So, Diya, we'll say that you look around, and even with one hand, you know exactly what you are trying to accomplish. And we'll just say, unless you want to describe it, you do what you need to do.
Kind of, I want the audience to visualize essentially like the first Iron Man movie, that montage of Tony Stark, just like you see the welding goggles come on, the hammering of the iron, the steel, the sparks, and Diya's building something.
Genius.
All right. Time passes. And people rest up. People eat. People rest. They rest. I'll say it a third time because you're all exhausted.
Drink.
And
Wait, like a long rest or a short rest?
short rests, but don't worry too much about it.
Fair.
Ultimately, you are all called below deck by Beatrice Etherhorn and Dakin Moonchaser, who seem to be the heads of this operation. Do you want
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, hello, Grammy, Beatrice, or Nana, or Mima. Should we call you Mima? Do
We
you
don't
like
need
that one more? I feel a very Mima vibe from you, Miss
I don't get a
Beatrice.
Mima
Sylvia's
vibe.
just
I'm not on the
beet
Mima
red,
vibe.
blushing so fucking hard, and is just like, just Granny's fine. You can just call her Granny.
We don't have to be on the Mima vibe. I'm good on.
Granny Beatrice, my name is Elanor,
Doing
officially.
with your hand.
Usually you would shake it, but that's okay. A big hug is good enough for me. She just goes in and hugs
As you
Beatrice.
go in to hug her, she just like places a palm on your forehead.
All right, so I guess you're not a touchy-feely one. That's probably why you like my father more than my mother. Where is my mother?
Where is your mother?
That whole situation wasn't me liking your father more. It was when I went to your island with the information that I had that both you and then the children of spring and autumn were in danger. Your father said something along the lines of, I failed my family once, I won't do it again. So that's why he came along. Left your mother to run things back in the Feywild's summer and winter courts.
I suppose that's very nice of him. Just looks away.
Great. Are the rest of your friends gonna get here, or...
We have to say that we're coming down. I mean,
I assume you're all there. Diya,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
I'm there. I was blushing like fucking crazy.
I was afraid of the
Elanor was
Mima
talking
vibe
about
thing.
Diya, anything to remark of when you come down?
You said only a short rest
Yeah,
has transpired.
just a short rest.
Yeah, nothing yet.
Nothing. Thought so. Just checking. So you all go down into this very high-tech Navy. It looks almost like a conference room. There's like a lot of little monitors on the inside, and the aesthetic of the world isn't quite like Hunger Games control room. Like the screens are a little rounded. The computers are relatively primitive. However, they do have Magitech power. All of this light blue fueling the entire place. A number of you are crowded down in there. And Dakin Moonchaser stands up front with Beatrice Etherhorn, blonde mustache, long black cloak with a moon design on it. So, thank you all for coming. And I think it's time we shed light onto what all of you have walked into. He walks forward. He presses a few buttons on a little kind of rounded half sphere on the center of the table. It lights up blue wherever he touches it, and then he waves his hand. There is a light blue kind of Star Wars-like hologram that appears, hovering, of Lady Pandora Nephrite, the large Earth Genasi criminal who has chased you after all this time. And he says, "This is Pandora Nephrite. She is an ancient being, a plague upon our planet in disguise as a crime lord. Powerful magic has been running things, secret agendas for a very long time. She had a plan. It was narrowly stopped by the Etherhorn who went by V. I believe that was your great-grandfather, Sylvia. He waves his hand, and you see... Give me a history check, everybody.
Ooh. 16.
16. Nice.
22.
Great.
13.
Okay.
Low roll.
This checks out. So, as Dakin waves his hand, those of you who are a little more book learned, Sylvia with your noble background, heads in with all the studying you did, even just flipping through books in the Steam King's library back in the day, you recognize that Dakin has created a miniature diagram of the known universe. So it starts out with the planet that Insulae, this mess of islands, is on, the planet just called Terra, and it expands outwards to multiple other planets, to a solar system, and around all of it, kind of phasing in and phasing out. Hedson and Sylvia, you recognize these are the other dimensions besides the material plane. This is the Feywild. This is the Shadowfell, the Nine Hells, the elemental plane of Earth, etc. All of these different planes of existence beyond everything. And Dakin Moonchaser says, now, you, Sylvia and Elanor Uirchanar, are from chunks of the Feywild that have appeared in the material plane. These dimensions that once could only be crossed through arcane gates and the spell plane shift and similar such advanced magical abilities have started appearing as islands in the world of Insulae. He waves his hand. There are blue islands that start appearing all over the waters. Chunks of the Feywild disappear and reappear exactly as they were onto the material plane. This is a problem that's been going on for centuries. Bits and pieces of different dimensions, of different worlds, have been appearing in Insulae as islands. Uncharted islands, unknown to people. The Feywild was the first, we assumed due to its magical composition, but we started to realize more as we started to take a look at what was happening to the other dimensions. And as he zooms out again, you see that with bits of the Feywild having moved into the material plane, the Feywild is much smaller. The Nine Hells are basically gone. And what has grown to fill that empty space is just this green mass of something.
Sick.
And this time Beatrice Etherhorn speaks up. Now, there is a constant battle of physics and magic and mass, quantum energy that keeps all of these dimensions locked together like puzzle pieces. If you start carefully removing parts of these different dimensions, they have to be filled in by something. Specifically, she zooms out even farther, and this green mass has gotten even larger. The elemental plane of Earth, this other dimension where Earth elementals come from, where it's a dimension of rock and stone and tectonic plates and kinetic energy. It's growing. It's filling up all of these spaces. Dakin speaks up again. Now, this elemental plane is the place where Earth elementals, Earth Genasi, and Tau, these ancient earthly beings, trace their lineage. It's growing larger and larger and larger. Now, we only know this because of what was attempted before. But in short, Lady Pandora Nephrite, who through ancient magical techniques has tied her existence to the elemental plane of Earth, he waves his hand, and all of that green energy surrounding the cosmos vanishes. And then it zooms back into the planet that you're all on, and giant green spikes start driving themselves out of the planet itself. Her plan, which was stopped once before by the Etherhorns, is to plane shift the growing elemental plane of Earth on top of this planet and reshape it in her image. Nephrite was a conqueror, and she plans to claim this planet as her own. Now, it would be a powerful earthquake that not even she would survive, as the very core of this planet starts to get ruptured and burst. Which is why he zooms out again, this time to a much smaller view of the planet Terra, this time containing its moon. She is attempting to travel into space. Once she gets there, once she has the fuel, once she has the craft to get there, she transfixes, plane shifts the elemental plane of Earth onto our world, likely destroying our living life on it. And then she uses it as her organic spaceship, a part of herself, to sail the cosmos and continue conquering. If we do not strike her down before she is able to make it into the cosmos, before she is able to cast her plane shift spell, then your lives, the lives of everyone here, will go through catastrophic events.
I hate to point this out, but isn't the simplest solution then to just kill me?
What the fuck are you
Dokken
talking about?
folds his arms. I see that we still have a bit of self-sacrifice that we need to have conversations about. Diya,
No, this isn't self-sacrifice.
Well, I mean, it would be,
But Diya is
technically.
right. He's right though. Like, this is
No, this is literally
Yeah.
one person versus an entire world, but that's besides the point. If we kill me, does that solve the equation?
it does not.
Yes or no?
It does not, because there's more than one way of getting into space. Finding the heart of a powerful ancient dead Afriti, that was option 1. Option 2, if some type of kinetic blast could be manifested, some sort of Magitech ability could be generated, that's another way that someone could get into the atmosphere.
Oh, I'm gonna be
oh,
sick. I'm gonna
that's
be
my
sick.
bad. That's
I'm
on
gonna
me.
be. I'm going to be sick. I'm gonna be
Diya
ill.
leers at Hedson.
Grandma Etherhorn. I don't know if you, Mima.
Just fucking talk to me.
Yeah. So this one, might be on me. The kinetic blast part of this, I let the only person that could generate that get, I wouldn't say away, but they're not with us physically.
At this point, Vice Admiral Hector Briggs, who has put the ship on autopilot, he's like sitting in a chair in the back of the room, cigar hanging out of his mouth. Now, I know what you're thinking, in that it seems very likely that Liren Evoy has the potential to get this woman into space. I'm just going to say, as a former Navy man myself, if anyone could stand up to an ancient Earth Titan, it's Raphael Pope. I don't think the Navy is going to give away their method of getting into the stars to this other being. That said, if Pope has another agenda in this whole thing, maybe it's possible that he might try to use this woman. But I think, and he looks to Dokken, what you're trying to say is, we have a little bit of time. Dokken nods, yes. She's going to have to find another way into the stars. That is the time we need to obtain this. waves his hand, and a image of a blade appears in the hologram. That's the World Shaper. It's the blade that my dad used to seal Lady Nephrite away. And it's the only thing that's really capable of putting her down for good. Now, I originally had a plan to get the blade. I had another very powerful candidate that could have used it. She points over to Eleanor's cousins, who wave. Little Irie there is a very powerful warrior. I took her and Ren to the icy island to get the blade, and then they got themselves kidnapped by some Navy freaks. Briggs goes, sorry, my bad. But, points to Sylvia. Now that we have you, now that you're a little more battle-tested, I think it's only fair to give you a shot at obtaining the thing. And if you can, we can find and attack Lady Nephrite before she even gets up into space and finish her off. Done.
Your first choice. So what was this for then?
You fucking left, Sylvia. You fucking left. I didn't know where you were. I thought you
I
didn't
went
care.
on. I went where you. I went to try to find you. I went wherever this fucking thing was going to tell me to go. I thought that was the point.
Right, so, my bad. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a very similar piece of metal to the compass that you have. Sylvia, you've only had half a compass this whole time.
Wait. Just to be clear, you were letting your destiny be dictated by an incomplete object?
Half
I
of
think
a
we all make
compass.
mistakes sometimes. Isn't
I
that
did.
crazy?
Everyone, shut the fuck up! All right, I didn't know that it was only half a compass, and the things that I've done. I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. It's fine.
Sylvia.
You know, how about this? I just toss the compass to what is her name? Irie.
Mhm.
And I just say, your first choice has the other half now. She's a better warrior than I am. She can take it. And she goes up to the top of the deck.
Suddenly, there is a rush of scales and flesh as Beatrice Etherhorn transforms herself into a giant python, slithers across the room, and then stands in the way of the door, Sylvia. A giant python with these big gazelle horns before she shrinks back down into her older self. Don't fucking leave before I'm done talking to you.
Well, that's certainly one way to get your point across.
They are quite similar, don't you agree, Diya? They're quite similar.
Yes, quite.
Apple does not fall far from the tree. Not one bit.
I think the grandma's a bit nicer, actually.
Beatrice snaps her fingers and then looks to Irie. Irie, looks a little bit startled and then just, throws the rest of the compass over to Beatrice. Beatrice holds your part of the compass and then holds the other part, which looks like a shell, puts them together, and clicks them. She shows it to you. Sylvia, on one side, the side you're more familiar with, the side that the Steam King a long time ago told you, helped to track the movements of tectonic plates, is moving as normal. And then she spins it around, and on the other side, the part that only she had, is numbers. It looks like two sets of numbers, coordinates. I needed to hang on to this half of the compass, Sylvia. Your half shows the location of the World Shaper. That's why I had so much trouble finding it. The other half shows the side that has two coordinates. That's the location of Nephrite at any given time. I had to stay as far away from her as possible. And with her, your locations were on top of each other at one point. I had to stay far away from her. Now we have the whole thing back together. We can find the sword. We can keep track of her location. If she starts to make a move, we get to the sword, we find her, and we cut her down. You still don't look happy with me.
I let a man die for something that I thought was... I don't really know what I thought it was. I guess I got so caught up in the idea of the adventure of a lifetime, going out to try and find the World Shaper on my own. I thought that's what you wanted me to do. I thought you believed that it was something that I could do. And I understand why you didn't give me both halves. It makes sense, but it doesn't make it feel any better. And it's not going to bring back the life of... It feels very sour. And I'm not just going to be able to suddenly be so happy and excited to go on this mission and do this thing that not only have I been on a fucking wild goose chase for in the first place, but I find out that I wasn't even the first choice for. And maybe that's a bit vain on my part, but I don't care. I'll do this. I'll find the World Shaper, and I will prove to you that I should have been your first choice. I'll prove to all of you. And I don't care how fucking nice, in comparison to me, you think she is. I don't care how much of a point across you think it can get. I don't care how similar you think we are. I don't care about any of that anymore. All I cared about in the first place was having an adventure with my friends, with my crew. And I lost one of them, and then all of them. And here I was thinking that maybe I had found some sort of semblance of a, not replacement, but just something to fill that hole in the three of you. And I don't know why it just constantly feels like one step forward, two steps back. Maybe Ma was right, you know, Danny? Maybe I should have just stuck to the life of a fucking noble. I'm sure Gwendolyn's having a much better time than I am. I'm glad I never decided to take her out on the seas with me.
Diya steps up and slaps Sylvia across the face.
Can I try to catch the slap?
Yeah. Go ahead. Both of you roll.
I have a pretty high passive
competing
perception.
dex checks.
Oh, I don't know what you changed to, but I'm max dex, so we'll see.
Also, you got a bit of an echo, Malik, just so you know. I'm not sure what that's.
I wasn't going to say anything because they're like monologuing. But, you know.
Oh, I heard it too, but I didn't know it was me. I don't know how to ameliorate that.
It's okay now. Maybe you're okay.
Just a check?
Straight dex?
Just straight dex. Yep, D20
okay.
plus modifier.
11.
21.
It is a stinging slap that Diya delivers across your face. As you do, Beatrice like steps forward, Briggs stands up, Dakin steps forward. Go ahead.
Diya,
after he slaps me, I will bludgeon him in the stomach with the butt of my katana.
Okay, make an attack roll.
27.
Okay.
I'm unarmored, so it's going to hit regardless.
Just your normal sword damage, except it's bludgeoning.
Well, that fell. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. It would be 13 damage, but I'm not. It's not out. I'm just. Let's just.
No. Full damage.
Well, I'm not. I'm just hitting. I'm not slicing you with the blade. I'm just hitting you with the end of it. I'm just trying to knock.
It's
the
like an
wind out of you.
unarmed strike kind of.
Yeah. So then it'll just be. I'll just do the D4 then. It's just 4 damage.
Diya doesn't try to stop the damage, and like as you hit, you like see just like a little bit of blood dribble out of the side of Diya's mouth, and Diya looks up at Sylvia and goes, I know we're not your first crew, and I know we're not your first choice. And I don't care whose first choice you are or aren't. You're fucking Sylvia fucking Etherhorn. Fuck everyone else. Fuck what we've been given. We are the goddamn Fair Friends working title, and I'm not about to stand here and let you slander yourself. You are one of us, and you're one of the best goddamn swordsmen I've ever met.
And we are more than a crew. We are family, Sylvia. We love you.
You are one of us. I don't care if the sword was meant for you or not, but as you are who is going to deal the final fucking blow to this nephrite person. And you know why? Because you're with us. I'm sorry you made choices that were bad. Trust me, I know how it feels. My choices have cost me someone I love dearly. But that's not going to happen again. Hedson, shut the fuck up. Sylvia, we love you. You are one of us. And nothing's going to change that. Regardless of what has happened in the past, you are our first choice. And you are going to be the one spearheading this. It's as simple as that. We trust you. And we love you. And Diya wipes the blood off the side of his lip.
I don't mean to downplay anyone's sacrifices, but you fell down a bunch and you were glowing, and I take out the piece of the Steam King that I like kept from the ship. I'm like, Diya, I grabbed this before you passed out, so we got this going for us.
You see Diya like literally start crying.
I didn't mean to downplay. Like, there was a sacrifice in a couple of ways, but like, it evens out. It's like equivalent exchange.
Diya walks over, takes it, kind of looks at heads, and doesn't say anything. Kind of does like that half head shake, and then walks back.
Well, Hedson, I think what Diya was trying to say was thank you.
No, I'm used to it. This is fine. I'm used to the no thanks. No, I'm just kidding. You're welcome.
Real quick, the echo seems to be on everyone's end. Is there anyone that's not using headphones? Because I'm wondering if it's coming out of someone's computer and then like going back in.
Mine should be.
I'm using headphones.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
Addie?
It really only happens when people like talk super loudly.
It's not happening right now. Addie, you muted yourself.
I'll put them back. They were dying, that's why.
Oh shoot! I'm
Oh,
sorry.
because I was like, it doesn't normally happen, but I didn't realize you had AirPods.
And I usually don't have headphones, but it's probably because I have my mic now.
Right.
Oh.
So it's nicer. And
Do you
want
to go grab it? We can go on break right now if we want to.
No, it's all good.
You're good. Okay. Just let us know if they die.
Sylvia will take the compass from Granny, and she just kind of like closes her eyes for a second and like kind of does exactly what I'm doing right now, just like rubbing her temples, and just kind of stifles a laugh, and then just starts cackling, just like full on belly laughing, cry laughing, And she just says, all right, get on with your fucking space PowerPoint presentation then.
It was a nice presentation, by the way, Grandma. I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, Hedrover, if you keep. Don't you have somebody that you're? Don't.
Hedrover,
Leave
I bet
Magani
we
out
could
to me.
take Sylvia right now. She's weakened. Now's our
In a
chance.
fight?
Everyone,
You mean like in a fight?
remember, it's not Hedrover, it's Hedzin.
That's also
Hedzin.
true. That's also true. There's two of me now. I
Heads,
never
I'm
asked for any
sorry,
of this.
heads in. Sorry.
I never asked for any of this either. That's all right.
Don't shut. I walk over to Hedson, and
I'm like so delusional. There's like still a shit-eating grin on my face because
I walk over to him, and I pick him up. And I
no,
hug him.
not like whoa.
I
Can I,
pick
can,
him up
I,
and I hug
can
him.
I contest this grapple?
Constitution
try.
to like make yourself heavy. Constitution roll.
Okay. Saving
I like
throw?
dead weight.
Yeah.
Fuck. 11.
You try to like
Oh, it's 12. Sorry.
you
sorry,
try to
plus
like
one.
do this, but then you just kind of look like an angry gnome as like Sylvia lifts you up.
This sucks.
Come here, accept my love, damn you.
Ah!
It's okay. It's okay.
I want to do. Look, this sucks. And look, I don't mean to sound selfish, but
You're doing all this like 4 feet in the air, like
Yeah.
5 feet in the air in my arms.
There
right
is-
now.
there is no part of me that wants to do any of this, but I know it's what I have to do because we've gotten this far at this point. But this is so beyond my depth. I'm still a fucking kid. I should be at fucking prom. I should be wearing a tux that doesn't fit.
You're
Is
an
that the
adult.
same- No, I'm not. I'm the old.
You're not a tween. You're 19 years old. You're
But I shouldn't have to save the
you're
world,
able to
But I
make
gotta do it
decisions.
anyway, and that sucks.
I mean,
Not
you
gonna
don't
not
have
do
to.
it, but I don't like it.
You don't have. I put you down. You don't have to. I'm glad that you feel like you do, but I would not be out of sorts if you wanted to just go home.
What the
to
fuck am
shower,
I gonna do?
okay?
Leave you idiots by yourselves?
At,
Hell
Whoa,
at
no.
this,
whoa.
at this point, Briggs speaks up. I mean, it's not all on the four of you. We've assembled a bit of an alliance with all of us at this point, and there are other things to do. Briggs steps up to the thing. He presses a few different buttons, and other things appear. This time you just see the form of a flying dragon going through the air. The dragon that was freed from the prison is on the loose, and if my suspicions are correct, the Navy is going to go defeat it, knowing Pope and the way he does things, kill the dragon right as it's in the middle of attacking a decently large city. Because then the Navy ingratiates themselves as heroes, and frankly, I don't want that to happen. I don't want a city to be half burned to the ground before Pope does that, so listen, if you want to handle that, while I go up to space, or if Ironbeard wants to do that wherever the hell he went off to, we can delegate. We can figure things out. I assumed that you all would want to stick together. Rest assured, we've got hands. We can handle multiple problems at once, but Hudson, if you want to go back home or anything, we can find somebody else who can step up to the plate.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. No one can do it like Heads and Heels, first of all.
Tell them, Hedrover, yes!
That's right.
I just want to point out you've never told us that you could hear Zeno, and you just speaking after he's
Yes,
we have
am-
no
that's
idea
a-
what's going on
Yeah.
with you.
No, I'm very deliberate. I
I
can
kind of
just
love
think
it.
this, but I'm saying it out loud every time. I don't realize that I can think it. And second of all, Briggs, this has nothing to do with me. Look, nothing that has happened because I wanted to do it. It's happened because I had to do it. And you know what? I think part of being an adult is doing more of what you have to do than what you want to do. And I'm fine with that. It's just, is there like anywhere to drink anything?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a little,
Okay.
there's a little
Ah!
water cooler situation going
No,
on.
like a hard liquor.
Sure. Let's say that Ren has been like swilling a bottle of rosé this whole time.
I take the bottle of rosé from
What
Red.
the hell, dude?
And I like swing. I like throw the whole thing down, throw the glass away. This is just so much. We have to save the world. Previously, we were dipships on a dip.
Someone's gonna have to clean that up. There's broken
I
glass
know.
everywhere.
There's dipshits on a ship. It's hard to say when you're drunk.
Drunk already?
I don't remember.
He doesn't drink like at all ever. His tolerance is like
Fuck.
this.
Then we had to save our friend. We had to go to the Feywild. That dragon is also my fault. That's on me. I'll take the hit for that one. And the fucking illegal war criminal. That's on me. A lot of things are on heads and hands lately. And I never meant to do any of this. But now we're doing all of this. And I can't imagine doing anything else with anyone else. But it just sucks.
Well, if I can say something as the latecomer of our lovely Ferret Friends crew, I would not change my decision for the world. Leaving the Feywild was the best thing I've ever done.
God,
Sylvia smiles big
so
at that.
grim.
Right.
All right, well, this is my fucking birthright, so I'm going to fucking space. So I'm resolved now.
And I'm the glue, so I have to do this.
Okay, for fuck's sake.
I have to keep you all in check, so I'm going.
But perhaps we should get the sword before we go into space.
Oh, yes, that's
Or
true. That's true.
Definitely getting my. You think I'm not? You think I'm not? Don't. Listen. We're getting the sword next, right, Granny? Like that's.
Yeah, sure, whatever. If now you want it, she like stomps across
Yes,
the room.
I always wanted it,
Folds
Granny.
her arms.
Irie's a pretty good candidate. She's smart. She helped us with the prison
I
break.
will cut you in half.
Hedson,
Okay.
that's just
Hedson,
because
you're
Irie has
really not
eyes
helping.
for you.
Everyone has eyes. Everyone has two eyes here usually. Just
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't
Hedson,
know what you mean.
understand.
His
Do I understand?
lips are moist and supple.
Oh.
what does that mean? Like I've been drinking?
Hedson, she wants you.
Well, we're all on the same team, so I'm glad someone wants me on the team. That's good to hear.
No, that's not. Oh my. Remember
Don't-
the
don't-
kind
don't
of
waste your
moments you
time.
had with my mother, Hedson?
Keep up the good work, Irie.
At moments you've
are
had
we
with your
done
mother, the Blizzard King goes, what is happening? Hmm?
I gave sir that I spoke about relationship problems, and things seem better than they ever were. I'm very happy for you.
Well, as long as you didn't have sex with her, that's fine.
No, I have never had sex, so I got that going for me.
But didn't Sylvia?
I don't think.
Father, I mean, remember,
Necessarily.
you two were in a rough patch. You were in a very, very rough patch. So I think we need to move on from this conversation before we start another war between
Diya's
the
uncle
seasons.
speaks up. What? I was in the middle of a presentation, and I was telling you all about. I've been thinking about this for a very long time, sweet nephew.
I thought it was great.
I was
think
ready
keep at
for
it.
you to
Who even
inherit
knows
your
what sex is?
destiny.
I don't know what
I
sex
thought
is,
people would
and
be
I'm not gonna learn
excited, but
today.
fuck me, I guess. All
I
right.
don't know what that is
No,
either.
Uncle Moonchaser. Go
I
Duncan.
am I your uncle?
Duncan, I've learned one thing, and it's that people fuck. Like this entire adventure, that's the only thing I've actually learned.
What even is that?
Oh,
And you know
my.
what? I'm glad. That's a great takeaway, Diya. That's a great takeaway.
I don't know what that means.
Maybe, in our next big group presentation, we can all teach Hedson what the birds and the bees mean, across the dimensions.
At this moment, Jingus McDingus in the room has written on a piece of paper, "I got you covered, my king," and hands you a piece of paper. It says.
Can I do a medicine check to see how sound
Yes,
this
you may.
is? I got you, go.
Yes, you may.
Let's go 25.
25. It's a very elaborate diagram.
I love Jingus so.
But there's no way.
No, my
my
king.
God.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, that's how.
oh my god.
all of us.
Vito, did you know about this?
Yes, Hedrover. Wait, hold on. Is that what that's for?
That's what it does? And I rip it up and I'm like,
Sylvia is on the floor.
I can't wait to tell the
Sylvia's
folks
on
back
the
home.
floor, doubled
so-
over laughing.
That Hedson, now that you understand Irie, wants that with you.
Oh, whoa! I had no idea. Ari, why didn't you say so?
Holy shit.
Wait,
this
does
is
that
a
mean you
lot.
want to or you
No,
don't
I
want
meant
to?
like I was so cryptic before. I had no idea. Thank you. I'm
Was
flattered.
it cryptic? Was it cryptic? I don't think it was that cryptic.
If I didn't know the brains of this operation, who would have known? Really?
I think we all knew.
That's
we all knew.
We can all lie. Words are free.
At this moment,
I've
Ren-
been here for 2 minutes and I knew.
At this moment, Ren takes out another bottle of rosé, looks at the camera, and goes da 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 da, and takes a big sip. And that's when we're gonna cut to break.
We're back.
We're back to
What are we back to? No, tell me. I want to know.
adventures in grand insulation.
Insulin.
That's right.
$90 to live.
Pressure.
I can't breathe. Oh, okay. So, picking back up. You all are in this room. Emotions have been high. But it seems like you all have a mission. You have a goal. So Briggs just says, I'm not gonna take any more of your time. Seems like you all might want to check in with each other about everything, but whoever goes to get the World Shaper will, presumably our candidate looks to Sylvia and your crew. You'll get that sword. The rest of us will work on keeping everything safe that we need to. We'll work on heading off the Navy wherever they come, making sure that they have no choice but to drive away that dragon, that it doesn't do a ton of damage, and using that compass to make sure that our Nephrite lady isn't coming after us. Either way, it seems like it's best to be on the move. Hey, Lady Etherhorn, how, I was able to find my way to Uncharted Island 74 previously due to Navy intel, but I don't see it on our radar. And she, still kind of huffy, goes, yeah, that's because the island moves. That's why the compass tracks the movement of the tectonic plates. Because when the island moves, it lets you know. So now that we have it, we'll be able to find it much easier. So we can just start making our way there. Go ahead, rest up, and Sylvia, meet me on deck tonight. And she leaves.
Bullshit.
And also heading out of the room is Skull, who walks over to Diya. You should come to the ship's lab. The captain wants to speak to you. And then he leaves.
Oh, sick.
Diya's going to look at everyone. I'm not worried about Leon anymore. Looks directly at Hedson. Choices were made.
They
While
definitely were.
I may not agree with them, but I have accepted that you are your own person, as am I, and you did what you thought was right. And so here and now, when he looks at everyone, specifically his crew in the room, it doesn't matter what Leon does, because I am fucking smarter than Leon. And whatever she comes up with, I will come up with something to counter it. We will focus on saving the world one thing at a time, and right now the World Shaper is what's most important.
Just for clarification, though, that if we do run into her, we can and should kill her, maybe?
Diya cocks an eyebrow at Hedrover.
You have to get through me. That's gonna be kind of hard to do.
Well, she hasn't had the full force of Elanor Uirchanar's wild magic. Oh, I've just missed this so much. It feels so good, everyone. You have no idea.
Sylvia laughs.
Also at this moment, Azalin speaks up. Was trying to get through to Lirin while you all were handling everything in Dalavar, and she was very much stonewalling me. Couldn't get a word out of her. I don't know where she's at, but world's at stake. Looks to Diya, you are my captain.
I don't know what the future holds or what choices will be presented with. I can't say for sure what was going to happen and what will happen. I know the choices I was going to make were out of anger. But again, I'm done with Lirin. I know I was intimidated by her. I was scared of her. I was scared of becoming her. But I know I am smarter than her. Anything she can do, I can do better, and I will do better. I refuse to become what she was. She looks at everyone. I am going to protect all of you, as I believe you all will protect me.
That's what I love to hear. Oh, the second part of that sentence.
Oh, nephew!
Yes!
That's incredible!
I put my arm
Incredible
around Uncle.
revelation! You're such a wonderful captain.
Yeah, the good uncle. He learned from his old headsman too.
Are you? You have my hand around my shoulder.
I whip out a
'Cause
fan.
we
I
taught that
start
lesson in
fanning.
a combo thing, right? We like both kind of taught that insight, and I feel proud of that. Right?
What's up with you and
How old
buddy
are
with
you?
everyone's family?
Diya looks at Sylvia. It's like,
I fucking hate it. I fucking hate what's he going
Elanor
on?
starts fanning Uncle Moonchaser, like, it's okay, let it out. Oh, I love all this sharing
I'm
of
so
emotion,
confused
getting
about
it out.
your relationship to him, and is points to Hedrover. Are you like the uncle to the group? What's your
I'm the uncle
situation?
I'm like sobbing now that Diya's had that revelation. I'm like, I'm the uncle of the group.
unless anyone has anything else to say, I'm going to go.
And if
Where is the Blizzard King?
Oh, he's hanging out in the room.
Like off in the corner somewhere?
He's literally in the corner, just like a looming, terrifying.
Okay.
Giant
Before I
elephant.
go see my granny up on the deck, I do want to speak to him.
Yeah, go for it. Everyone's kind of like starts dispersing, doing their
Heads in, let's go get a drink at the pub in this wonderful military ship. Of course they have pubs.
sure, and if anyone has a top secret thing for me, I'll be in my room after the pub. At night, like, if anyone needs a top secret revelation they want to give to old heads in.
Are you trying to get...
As you say that, you're inviting us to your room. Irie speaks up, like suddenly.
No, I meant actually the pub. Oh my god, it's getting late. I gotta go.
Heads in, come on, Irie. I think Ren just called you. We like sprint
Oh
out of the
no,
room.
no, sister. I don't need anything. You can hang out with them.
Oh yay! Woohoo!
Well, Irie, you and I are gonna have a drinking contest.
And I'm gonna have a drinking water contest where I don't drink things. I will drink water at the pub with you and your cousin.
Sylvia, you go to speak to the Blizzard King, and he, as soon as you approach him, the younger Etherhorn, Feywild nobility, once again, we end up facing one another, but this time as allies in a greater conflict with which our blades will be turned upon. What were you going to say?
Sorry, I mean, I was gonna let you finish your.
I
your
would have gone on
monologue.
for a while. Sometimes my wife would leave the room while I was
Oh,
speaking.
sorry. That's
I
fair.
didn't know.
I do a bit of monologuing myself, so I get it. I'm glad that we're like on the same side now. And to be fair, I don't really think I would have been able to stack up against you. Well, I didn't. You hurt me real bad. But that's okay. You had stuff going on. But I just wanted to come over and tell you, just because I sort of could glean from when we last saw each other, how you were a bit, I don't know, melancholic about Elanor leaving, and I get that, the whole watching your young one leave the nest, especially when you feel like maybe there were some things that you weren't able to resolve at the time. But I just want you to know that Eleanor's great. She's, well, I would tell you have nothing to worry about, but that, we both know that's not an entire truth. But she's magnificent, She's really, I think, coming to her own in a way that's very admirable, honestly. I did think she was off her rocker, the first time we met. I don't fraternize with Summerford and Eladrin too often, so it was like turned up to 11, just very on all the time. But you kind of get used to it. You like it, and even the very, very morose winter form. Not that, I mean, you're wearing it well. I want to say, it suits you. I don't know.
You had
I think
sex with my wife.
that's neither here nor there. What happens in the face stays in the face. Let's tunnel vision here. She starts sweating. But yeah, I've watched her change in a way over the course of us being on our adventures that I think is really beneficial. I think she's learning a lot and honestly teaching me a lot, all of us a lot. And I just don't want you to feel remiss about her being gone. And also, above all else, I want you to know that she is well protected. I would never let anything happen to her. None of us would.
There is it's something that I do not wish upon anybody. The realization that to your child, perhaps you are not the favorite parent. And my realm is one of gloom and sorrow. Her mother's is one of life and spirit. And it's always been the balance of those two things that has kept the Feywild going, that has kept the seasons of the planet moving. But I cannot, as a father, watch Elanor step away from my gloomy kingdom and the bitter relationship between her parents and not think it was anything other than good for her, other than what she deserves.
I'm glad.
Months ago, I would have gone on about how she's grown stronger and how her potential is approaching and how I can feel something changing inside of her. But now, I'm just glad to see her happy, even when the shadow of winter clouds her face.
Yeah, I've actually grown pretty fond of her winter form too now at this point.
Do not have sex with my daughter as well as my
Whoa! Sylvia's beet red, like cartoon, filling her face up, red as fuck. Like, okay, I don't know what to say at this point. This was a nice
You could say yes, sir.
conversation. Yes, sir. Sure. All right. I'm gonna, Granny. I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Inside check. Inside check.
And
Oh, that's a good one.
My God.
That's gonna be a good
Yeah,
insight
we're gonna.
check.
What's totally better? I think Diya's gotten a lot to do. We're gonna go to the pub. We're gonna go to Elanor and Hedson.
Oh
right now.
Christ!
This guy Hedson, I'm so scared.
I don't think
of
me and
Hedson.
Eleanor have hanged in a minute.
Oh my god,
Just
it's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Well,
excited.
you know what happens when Elanor is in a pub, so get ready.
Elanor and Hedson. Okay, so this is a Navy military vessel. Where you are at is a lounge. It's not a pub. It's a lounge. And on the inside of it, it's a kiosk. There's not a bartender. It's like a kiosk. You type in what drink you want, and you have to like press 3 times like I am not about to go into battle intoxicated and sign your name. There's like a waiver every single time you order a refill. Elanor, Hedson, who's not drinking, yeah, you get water just fine.
Well,
I'm drinking. By the time I've gotten there, I'm drinking. I tried to use the water thing to dissuade Irene, it didn't work.
Amazing. No, Irene didn't follow you. She's not there. You're good.
I am so happy that Irie peeled off at some point when we just shut her out in that hallway. Woo! Hedson, you gotta stop making eyes at her. You make eyes at her constantly.
That's a poor choice of. I like lift up my iPad, like, you know, it's fine, it's whatever.
Right.
But
You make eye at her constantly. I said that right, Hedrover.
partially blind. But it wasn't anything intentional. I just I don't want her to get the wrong idea. I'm happily
Wrong idea, Hedrover. That's another good one.
God. I'm lonely and sad.
What are you
but that's
talking about lonely? I'm literally sitting right next to you, my
you
goodness.
can't hear the voices in my head. Sorry. Don't get worried.
Guess there's only one of me.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I guess I hear multiple voices in my head sometimes, so I understand, but you only hear one? Okay.
Yeah.
Glug.
It's an out. Yeah.
But I would lock your door tonight, because Irie might come in. And you did invite anyone into your room, so
I did, I felt
she takes invitations very seriously. She's very
I, as the GM,
socially inept.
will say that will not happen.
No, I know. It was more of a, everyone's getting like a secret, like a secret destiny. You know what I mean? Like Sylvia's talking about having sex with your mom, and Diya's probably talking to a robot, and it's like.
Do you know what destiny? I don't think that was part of Sylvia's destiny, but I understand what you think destiny is, but it's not entirely that.
Yeah. Destiny.
Okay. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, Hedson. You still have so much growing to do, even though you have just grown so much in power.
I get it because I'm short. But that's all right.
Well,
no, I think this is going well. Yeah, I don't. Cards on the table. I haven't revealed much to you, because you're new to the gang, but I feel horrible about this. Every day I feel worse about how this is gonna go. Amongst my own crew, I got struck by lightning and nearly died. We keep willingly throwing ourselves into situations where I nearly die, my friends die, and now we're like, what if everyone on the planet dies? Because of our actions. That's a lot weighing on me.
But Well, first of all, Hedson, I think you need to have a better outlook. Look how far we've made it. The 4 of us. No one would have ever guessed that.
I would have never guessed.
Cheers.
I never wanted this, ever.
But the universe led us this way. This was all supposed to happen. If it wasn't for us, someone else would be making the same choices, but then maybe not being able to get through it. Hedson, we are meant for this moment. We will be saving the world. And a lot of that will be because of you.
That feels good. No, it just feels so. For a long time, I thought I wanted something to put me on the path that I'm on, and to have like structure. And I thought that'd mean like being a doctor or something. But now it's like everything is destined and part of a greater plan. And that's a lot to take in. When you go to sleep at night knowing that everything that's about to happen is basically up to you and your friends, and that no one else could really do it as competently as you can together, it's good and bad. But it's fun, right?
It is fun! It's fun! Absolutely! But I will say, I think I'll never understand your thought process on being so freaked out by the fate of the world. I mean, remember, I come from the realm of summer and winter. The world kind of revolves around us bringing the seasons in, but it's just part of how the world works, Hedson. And you were chosen with the best crew, the best family about. Cheers.
Hedson is like reminiscing on the last time he was chosen for something and sees the inky black void of a creature with no name floating above the earth and staring at him with one eye.
That's right.
And I was like, oh, I was chosen.
Hedrover, that was when we became friends.
Oh, that was when we became more than that.
I don't think Hedrover actually told the crew
He
about
did
that.
not. We have no idea. We're about to go to space.
Hedson, what do you mean we became more than friends? We've never become more than friends.
Oh,
I mean, we're
no.
friends. I mean, we're family, I guess. I'm so sorry. I just totally...
That's
we
even
are
weirder.
family.
No, it's, with this whole preordained thing, I never told you. That's fun. When me and the voice that's perpetually inside my head got acquainted, I saw a being beyond the veil of time and space basically like look at me as if like I was the one that was gonna bring it. You know, remember when you saw like the Pale Rider thing? That was him. So it's fun for everyone else to have to be chosen like this. I have a different idea of being chosen lately. I think things being bigger than I thought they were. I missed when they were small. That was fun.
Elanor takes a big gulp of her vending machine beer.
Your vending machine beer is definitely out after like those 3 gulps.
I'm having a vending machine Manhattan at this point.
As he's saying all this, she is finishing that beer, going to the vending machine, getting another one, chugging that one, and once Hedson is finished... Hedson, that was a lot of information that you just dropped. Hedson, she grabs his hand. We all have voices inside our head, but your one voice you got acquainted with? That's strange. And then let's just go to the big being you're talking about that chose you. Hedson, when did this happen? And why didn't you tell us? I am this close
Hedrover, let me take over.
Your silly little hair off.
That's such a good idea.
What's such a good idea? To burn your hair off?
Can I let Xeno take over, but I talk to Xeno?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I like... Elanor of the Feywilds. Worry not. Like, you can see like there's like a green glint in my one eye now. And I'm like, listen. A being from outer space, probably, chose me and your friend Hedrover to unite as one in perfect union. And now it is our destiny to bring order to the outer space. In a lot of ways, these two destinies, the world shaper and this one, they're intertwined, and Hedrover feels great. And I feel great. I don't know. We should
takes
hang out
another
more. This is
big
so nice.
swig.
Me and you hanging out. I get the little one-on-one. This is nice. I feel
Elanor just
good.
sees Hedrover's head's insanity. More and more.
Hedson, you, was that you just now saying all of that?
It's like what you do with the winter and the only that's like always happening. Like I can always do that
But
for some reason.
Is that you or who?
Well, who is me?
That? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
right?
No, no,
The
no, no, no,
philosophical-
no.
Who am I,
No,
right?
no, no.
Like what am I?
That is
anymore?
true. I
Am I right?
understand. Am I fiery and fun, or is it all just death and destruction? I don't know. But
Like, was I
What
supposed to
happened? They hung
die
out
in the
more.
Hellmouth? Is it better off being dead? Like, who knows? What?
that part's not true. But Hedson, does that voice have a name?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
Dina.
not Hedson?
No, the king from the Hellmouth. Oh, I never told you. Yeah, he's just there all the time.
I'm sorry. He's been in your everything with all of us, listening,
Don't get graphic.
talking with us, living with us for all of these days. And she just like gets a little bit of fire in her hand. And you haven't said anything?
One, it never came up. We were so busy, and like it came up so many times. But
Hedson,
like,
this is not one of those things that you have to wait for us to ask about to tell us. This is something that you tell us about immediately.
that makes a lot of sense. That's
Hedrover,
on me.
backpedal. You should lie more.
I should lie more.
No, that's not what I said.
Oh.
Why would you say that?
No, that was the king in my head. He gives me advice. That's how we get into situations that we're in.
All this time, you've been all weird and having side conversations and making weird comments because you're talking to a crazy king in your head.
I don't think he'd appreciate being called crazy.
No,
I mean,
I'm
we're all a little bit.
incredibly intelligent. I have finished my 6th crossword today.
He's finished a lot of crosswords up there. He's doing good.
Hedrover,
He
6
has
letters.
crosswords up
What
there?
do you call 2 swords?
Swords.
Swords.
I'm not wrong.
Swords?
Interesting.
What are you talking about, Hedson?
That's not important. Look. I should be more honest and transparent with you all, but the reason I'm not is because what's the word for? I have little faith in what I'm doing. And rather than let that lack of confidence seep into you all, if I keep it all bottled up in here, I'll make it out in one piece.
Hedson, 1 second. Let me give you a little piece of advice for someone that is older than you.
You are a lot older than me.
You don't have to say it like that. Hedson, my
No,
goodness.
just like statistically, like I'm younger.
Yes, anyway, as someone who is more mature and wiser than you, we're all going through that at the same time, Hedson. Do you think Sylvia thinks she has everything figured out? No.
Yes. Oh.
No, she does not. Do you know Sylvia? She is a little ball of stress and just emotion, holding it all in. And Diya, you think Diya, our captain, Diya, has it all together?
Yes?
No!
Oh my
He
god!
lost his hand!
Ah,
And
damn.
now finally, Hedson. I know I'm very great, but do you think I have it all together?
Oh god, hell no.
That's right!
That's right! Yeah!
Hedrover,
You
we're at
and
least
I.
8 points wiser than her. I don't know what she's talking
Oh
about.
my fucking god.
Were you and
Oh
I...
my god, can you please be meta?
But Hedson, my point is, my father doesn't even have everything figured out. Mima, Beatrice doesn't have everything figured out because if they did, that big green nasty lady up in wanting to take over the world, over the universe, she would be gone. She would be already dealt with, and that's why they need us.
It's strangely reassuring knowing that no one has anything figured out at any given time, and that everyone's just winging it with the fate of everyone else on their backs. That's reassuring.
It absolutely is. Heads in, just fall into the chaos. The chaos of the world. It's just, ebb and flow. It's
The
kind of how I do.
flashbacks to like being poked and prodded, 2 people living in his head. the Cthulhu monster being like, go into the chaos, go into the and he's like, you're right, Elanor. I should just give in.
Hedrover, who invented the Magitech rifle? 13 letters.
Oh my god.
Washington?
Ah, sounds about right. And we'll cut to Diya.
Fuck. No, cut to Sylvia, cut to Sylvia.
All right, we're gonna have 2 more scenes before we hit the end of our episode. Diya or Sylvia, do you have a preference as to who goes first?
I mean,
Do
if you-
Sylvia, that's gonna be more fulfilling.
Sylvia goes first or last?
Sylvia
I'll-
first.
I'll go first, yeah.
Okay. Sylvia, as you get your rest, you head up to the top of the deck to meet Grandma Beatrice. She is the only one standing on top of this Navy cruiser, looking off over the sunset on the horizon. You weren't my second choice, Sylvia, because I thought you were weak, or that you couldn't handle it. People in our family have died. Why do you think your mom and I aren't really close anymore? She'll never forgive me. It's why she keeps your sister held up in that mansion. And when I saw you living and thriving and that glint in your eyes about wanting to be a pirate and see the world, kind of thought maybe your mom was right. That maybe you didn't need to get caught up in this. And now that you fucking are, I feel like I
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
You heard me, Sylvia. You don't have to make me repeat it.
You didn't fail me, Granny. I failed myself a couple times, but I think failure's good. You learn something when you fail. It's an opportunity, if nothing else. And even though the failures hurt, I still do think, as stubborn as I know I can be, that I'm all the better for them.
Yeah, you know what I learned out there, Sylvia? I learned that when you take 2 of your siblings with you to fight the Kraken in a big pirate showdown, sometimes only one of you comes back alive. I want to learn from my failures, Sylvia, but I don't know if I did.
You kidding me? You're the greatest pirate ever. I don't care what anyone else says. You know how much I looked with that twinkle in my eye when you would tell me all those stories. And I know they were true. You may have embellished a little bit, but why not? I know how fucking great you are. I fucking wish I could turn into a big fuck off rock like that. That's crazy. You're the best, Granny. And though I will eventually surpass you, I cannot stress enough to you
how important you are to me and to what I want to become. And man, we really got to like, I don't know, maybe go back and get Ma and Da and Gwendolyn and have like therapy or something. We're really self-deprecating. It's not a good look, I don't think.
Yeah, we might have time. It's gonna take that rock bitch a while to get into space. Maybe we can slope back at home or something. But two things, Sylvia. Number one, I'm not a liar. I did not embellish those stories. I did tear a fire giant's eye out of his socket and then crawl into his brain and stab him to death.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Number two, if you want to surpass me, you're gonna have to learn something new. Something innate to old Fae. She takes a deep breath. And then at the apex of her inhale, 20 feet around her in all directions, everything is murky and black. And you are caught in this strange aura as well. Sylvia, dodge. 25.
Oh Jesus. Can I dodge?
Nope. Sylvia, you are slammed by a blunted sword that comes out of the darkness. Sylvia, dodge again.
Okay, wait, hold on.
That's a 29 and a 12.
Okay, I definitely get hit by the first one, but I do dodge the second one.
Wham! You are slammed by these blunted swords before, on the last one, you are able to pull your blades out of their scabbards and holding them in reverse grip, stop this ethereal black sword from piercing you. Sylvia, I'm sure you've seen it in Elanor, in battling her father. That aura of sorrow after they teleport. All Fae are kings and queens of their own domains. The ultimate strategy, the ultimate power that the Fae have, is to expand their domains into the real world. She steps back and she holds her arms up, and even in this 40-foot space, it looks like there is an infinite mirror of black swords floating around her. This is my domain, Sylvia. And I want to know what yours is going to look like. And we'll cut to Diya now.
That's actually
the-
Sylvia's face that I just made
What
too.
the fuck?
What?
I teased that 10 episodes ago!
Holy
I couldn't
fuck.
type this fast enough, so I'll say this now verbally in the chat. Fucking Byakuya from Bleach.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. Byakuya, but if it's a JJK domain expansion.
I literally was like,
He-
fucking domain.
I
Wait,
said
when was
domain expansion in the Elanor episodes.
He did.
Oh.
Were you guys
I'm
like not paying
following up on
attention?
it.
Oh my god.
It was a million moons ago. Anyway, holy fuck.
Come on,
that's
guys, keep up. Keep up.
fucking sick.
Now we cut
Oh.
to Diya.
I mean, all right. Well, cut to Diya. He is in in the lab.
Diya, as
Like,
you
can go ahead.
go to the lab and open the door, waiting on the inside is the now looking incredibly hunched figure of Captain Ironbeard, waiting for you. Mouth a glowing furnace, sitting in the room. Something in the back is covered in a big tarp.
Captain, Ironbeard, is it?
Steam King was my friend.
He was mine as well.
He's the reason that I'm alive.
Diya holds up a little bit. And I'm the reason he is dead. But this is all that remains of him. And he entrusted it to me. And I failed him once, and I will not fail him again.
I wouldn't expect that. If he saw good in you, then I expect as much. I was once a pirate known as the Iron King. Felix of Berrigan, a name that feels so strange in my mouth. 100 years ago, I was the terror of the seas, alongside other pirates such as Ramina Ishtar, before she joined the Navy.
What the fuck?
We were once equals in combat, but I got wounded. I started to get old because I'm not like you, I'm not like her, I'm a human. I was a human. And it took the Steam King, my friend, rebuilding me to keep me alive as I am now. And if there's anything that I've learned from this extra almost 100 years of life that I've been given, it's that it's very easy to lose track of your humanity. Dear MorningStar, I don't taste food. I don't feel the wind blowing across my skin and hair. And I feel very little when I plunge my sword into my enemies. So from one metal man to someone like you, dear MorningStar, I'm going to tell you what I know that Steam King would as well. But that spark of humanity in you is beautiful. And nobody wants to see you lose it. He pulls the tarp off of the room, and cut in half as if rended by a great battle is the remnants of your ship that initially seemed lost in the battle against Pandora Nephrite. My crew was able to retrieve this. The last remnants, last thing that our old friend has left us, besides that little disc in your hand. He then holds out one of his hands to you, this giant mechanical hand, rounded machine gun tips, and he waves it. No. I can help you rebuild your body. So long as you promise me, dear MorningStar, that you do not lose that spark of compassion like I and so many others have.
I wanted to. I so very badly wanted to. In my hatred, in my anger, I wanted so badly revenge for what happened to the Steam King, for what happened to my friends. It was my friends. It was my family. Who stood by me and reminded me there is more than revenge. There's more to life. I accept your conditions. I resolve to respect and defend my friends, not at the sacrifice of myself, because we are a crew and we protect each other. I will become more. I will become stronger. I will become faster. I will become what this world needs. With your help, with my crew's help, and with my uncle's help, we will stand together and we will defeat this evil. That is my pledge to you. And that is my pledge to the Stephen King.
Spoken like a true captain. The doors to the lab close. We see the ship, over the course of several days, pull up to the island. Guided by Sylvia's compass, now Briggs is able to pilot the ship and find the ever-elusive uncharted island. The temperature is cold. This island is icy. Icy hills. Snow. The silhouettes of yetis and other creatures traveling through the snow as your ship pulls across it. And with the assistance of Captain Ironbeard, with the remnants of the crimson red ship, with the Ferret Friends logo on it that the Steam King has built for you, Matthew, what do we see Diya looking like when he steps out onto the deck to survey their next adventure?
You see this armored foot implanting into the snow. And the camera slowly pans out as you see this armored figure as Diya steps forward. And you see this jerking motion as a blade extends from the decapitated hand of Diya MorningStar that vibrates with glowing energy. And Diya looks forward and says, "The Ferret Friends live once more. Into the breach, my friends. Forward."
That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What?
Let's go.
Let's go. With a blade.
You betcha. Matt's gonna get a chance to flex that next time as you begin your quest to acquire the World Shaper Katana.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Dang.
Oh damn! Timmy said we get to level up again.
Timmy,
I guess
no!
we gotta do it.
No, Timmy! No! Stop that!
Let's go!
Timmy, get out!
Level up again.
Leveling up. You love to see it.
Michael, you're not at the icy arc of One Piece yet, so I can't tell you to change your background to it. Dang.
Ah!
Unfortunate.
I need to catch up.
Such a guttural sound, but no change in your face.
I want to give me the 8.
My
They
God.
ate him, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god!
Thank you all so much for tuning in. I have been Julian or JuliCiel, GM of this campaign, for which there will be the 20th session next time. And I know that we're not leveling up. I know that you guys have been through a lot these last few sessions. I'm just going to say with complete certainty, 100%, you're not ready for what's going to happen next time. And
Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
excited.
I know that.
So excited. Absolute pleasure. If you like if you like this, subscribe on Twitch, follow these cool people on the social medias. It's next to all of their names. I am also the co-writer of the award-winning Realm Tree audio series, which is very exciting. I'm also 5 pages into a fantasy novel, and I showed it to my girlfriend, and she says it's great. So I think we are working on that. Very excited. So I will pass it over to Addie, who you should also throw our audio series a vote. You have one more day to vote for the Realm Tree in the Audioverse Awards 2022.
It is absolutely true. Gotta go vote so we can get another award, baby.
Here comes
Yep. My name is Addie, and I played Elanor Uirchanar, as you could tell. You can follow me on the Insta and the Twit at Addie Bree, or on the TikTok at Addie Bayhays. But yeah, please check out our lovely series, The Realm Tree, especially if you kind of like this kind of writing, because guess what? Julian wrote that. And directed it and produced it, and with other people as well.
Co-produced.
No, yeah, that's why I was like, other people did it as well. But he's a man of many trades. And you can hear me as Sunshine Von Brass. Hopefully you can actually hear that time.
Your mic's busted.
I heard
It's
it.
good.
Yeah,
It's
now the
good.
mic
That
is
sounded
plugged.
great.
Now
Awesome.
now that the mic is plugged in, it's popping off.
Okay, thank you so much. But with that, I guess I'm going to turn it over to our big mechanical man of the day, Matthew.
What's up? So, this is actually the first time I can say this. This is your award-winning photographer as well.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
go.
So, won a wedding photography competition photo contest. Super
Well
psyched because
deserved.
I'm ecstatic. Had a lot of support from all my friends, and that's what carried through. And I just thank you. It was amazing. Very excited. And what followed with the award was even more exciting. Now this is my first official preferred vendor situation. So the people that I won the award from, the whole competition was sponsored by the venue itself, and now I'm preferred vendor of the venue. So I am so excited about
That's
that.
sick, actually.
That's nice.
Hell
That's
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Deserved.
Dessert.
So yes, very excited. For those of you who are getting married, if you're in Minneapolis, check out the Round Barn. Beautiful venue. And also, hire me as a photographer to shoot there. If you're not in Minneapolis, I am also a destination photographer. Done shit in Paris, done shit in Japan. Hit me up. I'm your guy. I won't stop plugging myself because I'm a fan of my work, and I'm honestly really fucking good at what I do. Anyways,
exactly.
Malik, what's shaking?
Wow, hello. I am Malik. I have not won any awards, but
Not yet.
I will give you all
Yet.
the skinny that I am going to have an EGOT eventually. So you can come back to
Oh
this
my
episode
god.
and be
No,
like,
it's
oh my
EGOT.
god, it was
Michael.
preordained. That's what I said.
No.
No, he said, "Oh my god." So I said,
Oh, you
EGOT.
son
Gotta learn
of
the
a biscuit.
comedian.
But yeah, you
Look at
can
this
follow
guy.
me on Instagram at the Maliki Cauldron, where I occasionally post music from my band Astral Emissary, which I can tell you this, it's not going to be, because I know it's Christmas time or holiday time around the time. Actually, I don't know, maybe it will be. We got a new single coming by the new year. I'm guaranteeing that will happen. So look forward to that. Also, I imagine new episodes of Radio Kaiser Godan, the podcast that I do about One Piece with 2 other friends, will probably start ramping back up again after the holidays in January. So if you're a fan of One Piece, look out for that. And what else? What else can I plug? Oh my god. No, I'm not going to plug the fan fiction again. Although, but yeah, that's about what I have.
Oh my god, there was so
going.
much shipping today. You can write so much fan.
Oh,
fiction.
that's any ship that you thought was applicable and funny or good here, send the fanfics my way. I'm a wonderful writer. I'll tell you if it's good or shit. I won't tell you it's shit, but
I will just not respond if it is. Michael.
If you got the heads in Irie effect, keep that to yourself.
Keep it to me. Send it to me, and then I'll send it to Michael in the guise as something else.
That'd be really funny. Can you look at his calendar? And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Now I'm just gonna write one and send it to you.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
I'm Michael. You might recognize me from the show that you just watched right now. I'm a fighting game commentator and tournament organizer and streamer. Follow me on twitch.tv/steam_gorilla. You can follow me on Mastodon at steam_gorilla at fgc.network. And you can follow me in your heart. And if you want to hire Matt for a wedding, you hire Matt for a wedding. If you want to get married, still single. And if you vote for the Realm Tree, something good will happen. Take it away, Julian.
Right. What will it be? We don't know.
Who knows?
Who the heck knows? Either way, thank you all so much. Thank you for tuning in, Roll D5 fam. Thank you for tuning in, Timmy. As always, we got some amazing stuff in store for you next week. I truly cannot wait to share it.